Welcome to Fear No Evil, where Psalms 23 is the dominant scripture that I use, where the Lord is my shepherd at all times, and where the evil that I speak about is child sexual abuse. Now, I have known for about 6 years now that the LGBT, Google, Facebook, and YouTube do not like the message that child sexual abuse is connected to homosexuality. They don't like the fact that somebody out here has read the research and sees something different. I have been censored for years. I have been threatened. I've had the nastiest comments. Nobody can even have a rational conversation when it comes to this. And I always thought that intelligent and educated people could have intelligent and educated conversations. But when it comes to this subject, the people that are triggered, and if you are a child sexual abuse survivor, oh, you get triggered. So when I'm giving this message out, I'm actually dealing with a lot of triggered people. And triggered people like to attack. They will attack with their words. They can attack in anger. I'm always attacked. But the thing that keeps me going is that I'm a child sexual abuse survivor. I've walked out of the closet of silence. I have gotten my education. I have read my research. I have met many people who are homosexuals. I have loved many people who are homosexuals. And I always wondered, Lord, if you say that they can't go to heaven, then why would you make them gay? And the answer didn't come right away. The answer didn't come until I had a conversation with a childhood friend. That childhood friend later confessed in life that he was gay. Although at the time when we lived, nobody talked about homosexuality and nobody talked about child sexual abuse. So it's amazing to me when I actually look back to that time, all the information that was really gathered to me because of our friendship and because of our closeness and because we were so very close and I shared my sexual abuse with him. Because we were so very close, I was able to discern a lot of information, and he opened up to me as I opened up to him. And so that is where I stand today. After reading research, that some of it is quite laughable to me. See, I can go to the other side and see what their opinion is. But they can't even bother to try to understand where I'm coming from. That's not my problem. Because the fact that you can't understand where I'm coming from doesn't stop kids from being sexually abused. It doesn't stop kids from being indoctrinated that because they are gay, they are abused. It doesn't stop the indoctrination of our kids. It doesn't stop the fact that I just saw Tom Brady kiss his son and his son wiped his lips. It doesn't stop the fact that I saw Will Smith kiss his son. What is wrong with America? You think this is okay? Do you idolize these people so much that you cannot see the damage that is being done? And I know from the homosexual people that I've known, sweet, wonderful, loving, kind, would do anything for me. And then some of the Christians that I knew were bitter, disgusting, hypocritical. And I had to ask God, how could you say that they would go to hell? How could you say that when some of the people that have helped me the most in life were people who are homosexual? And that's when I began to research. And all of a sudden, I just got the revelation of the close connection of the two. And when I began to look at the research from both sides, it began to become clearer and clearer and clearer to me after you untangle the mess that they've made the research, because you got to study it separately and then take the studies and get them side by side. That takes a whole lot of time. I would almost believe that people know that there is a connection, because if they didn't think that, why have they censored me for the past 6 years? See, Google and Facebook and YouTube leave me alone until I start talking about this. But I am so convinced that they are connected that I continue to speak out about them. Now, if you're homosexual and you think you're born that way and you want to live your life that way, go ahead. Rah rah. Have at it. But I'm telling you, you don't have the right to tell a 5-year-old. You can't even explain how the baby gets abused. But they're abused because they're gay. How does the baby know they're gay? The baby doesn't know. The perpetrator doesn't know. The perpetrator just sees a male or a female baby, male or female toddler, male or female 8-year-old, male or female adolescent. You really think that child perpetrators are so sophisticated that they're trying to figure out the gender of the child? Whether it be male, female, whatever you want. How many genders do we have now? Pick one. No, don't give the perpetrator that much credit. That's not what they're looking for. And why can't America figure it out that most people who abuse are child sexual abuse survivors themselves, and stop giving me the argument that I'm saying that all homosexuals are pedophiles? That doesn't even make sense, because just homosexuals are not the only ones who are sexually abused. And just because you're sexually abused as a survivor doesn't make you an abuser. Those who don't become abusers, like myself and many others that I have known, we've broken the cycle. We've gone on our path of healing. And then at the end of that healing, we take what we have and put it out into the world. For me, it is just the connection between homosexuality and child sexual abuse. At the age of 12, I didn't know that I'd be talking about homosexuality. I didn't know that I'd be talking about homosexuality connected to child sexual abuse. I didn't know. I also didn't know the violent reaction I would get from the LGBT. I also was unaware of the violent reaction I would get from my friend who I had known for almost 35 years. Oh, there's truth to this. Because if there wasn't, they wouldn't keep trying to silence me.